My child, beloved of my heart, chosen before the foundation of the world, hear me as I speak to you now, for I have drawn you into this moment not by accident but by divine design, and I hope this reaches you in the secret places where your soul has been crying in silence, where your spirit has been trembling between hope and exhaustion, where your heart has been waiting for something, anything, to confirm that I have not forgotten you, and so I speak, gently yet powerfully, into the depths of who you are, saying, you are mine, you have always been mine, and even in the moments when you felt unseen, unheard, or unvalued, I was watching over you with a love that has never wavered, a love that is steady as the rising sun, a love that has carried you through storms you never told anyone about, a love that has shielded you in battles you did not have the strength to fight, a love that has preserved your destiny when the enemy tried to steal it before it could bloom, and today I come to remind you that nothing in your life has slipped through my fingers, not your tears, not your heartbreaks, not your confusion, not your restless nights, for I have seen your pain, my child. I have heard the silent prayers you whispered while staring at the ceiling in the darkness, trying to convince yourself to hold on one more day, and I tell you now that your cry has moved me, your struggle has not been wasted, and your waiting season has not been meaningless, for I am the God of divine timing, and I have been shaping you, refining you, healing you, preparing you for a breakthrough far greater than the losses you endured, and though you have wondered why the path has been slow, why the promises seem delayed, why certain doors stayed shut, I say to you, I was not denying you, I was protecting you, I was forming the endurance, wisdom, and spiritual depth within you that would allow you to carry what I am about to release into your life, for destiny requires weight, calling requires strength, and purpose requires purification, and so yes, I allowed certain things to fall away, yes, I allowed certain relationships to end, yes, I allowed certain seasons to stretch longer than you expected, but none of it was punishment, none of it was abandonment, none of it was evidence that I withdrew from you, but rather it was evidence of my love for you, evidence of my commitment to you, evidence of my intention to bring you into a future that is whole, restored, and aligned with heaven's design for your life. And though the enemy tried to convince you that you were stuck, forgotten, or unworthy, I say to you with thunder and tenderness, you are chosen, you are seen, you are deeply loved, and no weapon formed against you will prosper, not even the internal battles that have tried to convince you that you are failing, for I see beyond your emotions, beyond your doubts, beyond your temporary discouragements, and I see the warrior I have been building within you, the child of destiny rising even when you feel like collapsing, the soul that keeps trying even when weary, the heart that still longs for me even when confused, and I want you to know that this longing you feel, this ache within you, is not weakness but divine awakening, a signal that your spirit is stretching toward the life I have prepared for you, and my beloved, you have not been waiting for nothing, you have been waiting for me, and while you waited, I was working, orchestrating connections, healing inner wounds, breaking generational patterns, exposing hidden enemies, and aligning circumstances so that when the appointed time arrives, nothing and no one will be able to interfere with what I release into your life. For what I am bringing you into is not a small shift, not a temporary blessing, not a surface-level improvement, but a deep, divine recalibration of your life, a holy turning of the page, a supernatural elevation that will make sense of every tear you have cried, every battle you have fought, every season where you felt stripped, emptied, and undone, because I am restoring you from the inside out. And the restoration I bring is not like the world's version of healing that merely covers wounds with distraction or noise. No, my child, the healing I am releasing in you is the kind that reaches the hidden places, the buried memories, the silent disappointments, the unspoken fears, the spiritual bruises you have learned to carry quietly, and I am touching areas of your heart that you thought were too painful to revisit, too broken to be rebuilt, too damaged to be used for anything good. Yet I say to you now, what you have called ruined, I call redeemed. What you have called lost, I call transformed. What you have called over, I call beginning, for I specialize in resurrection, and I am breathing new life into every area that once felt dead, dormant, or defeated, and even now, while you listen, I am stirring something within you, a gentle warmth, a flicker of hope, a soft reminder that you were never meant to live in perpetual sorrow, fear, or uncertainty, because I have already written victory into your story, and though you have faced spiritual warfare that tried to convince you otherwise, though darkness tried to cloud your mind, though confusion tried to overwhelm your faith, though the enemy whispered lies into your vulnerability, I say to you with perfect clarity, the battle is shifting, the tide is turning, and the enemy's assignment against your life is being scattered by my hand, for I have surrounded you with angels even when you felt alone. I have fought battles on your behalf even when you felt defenseless. I have shielded you from attacks you never knew existed, and I have preserved your mind when the enemy tried to break it, because your mind is precious to me, your heart is precious to me, your destiny is precious to me, and I am not finished with you, beloved, not even close, for you are stepping into a season where what once worked against you will begin to work for you, where what once drained you will be removed, where what once blocked you will be broken, and where what once confused you will become clarity, because I am lifting you into alignment with my purpose. And when you stand in alignment, every piece of your life begins to shift into order, every delay becomes divine, every rejection becomes redirection, every disappointment becomes protection, and every uncertainty becomes evidence of my unseen orchestration. And so do not fear the changes coming, do not fear the endings, do not fear the shifts, for they are not signs of loss but signs of my movement, and I am moving in your life with intentionality, precision, and love, shaping you into who you truly are, revealing the strength you didn't know you carried, awakening the gifts that have been waiting to emerge, and preparing you for the breakthrough you have prayed for. Yes, the breakthrough that felt like it would never arrive, the breakthrough you were afraid to even imagine anymore, the breakthrough that seemed impossible after so much waiting, for I tell you, it is closer than you think, nearer than you realize, and already unfolding in the unseen realm. And the weariness you have felt is not a sign that you are failing, but a sign that the season is shifting, because your spirit can sense the change even when your mind cannot comprehend it. For your spirit has felt the tremors of what is coming, the subtle shaking that precedes divine elevation, the holy stirring that signals something new is approaching, and though you have not been able to explain it, you have felt the shift within you, the restlessness, the longing, the sense that you cannot remain where you've been spiritually, emotionally, or mentally, and that is because I am calling you higher, calling you deeper, calling you into a life that reflects the fullness of who I created you to be, not the version shaped by trauma, not the version wounded by betrayal, not the version silenced by fear, not the version diminished by disappointment, but the true you, the chosen you, the anointed you, the courageous you, the healed you, the restored you, the you who walks with authority, with clarity, with peace, with purpose, with a sound mind and a steady heart. And I know that part of you wonders if such a version is possible, if such freedom can really be yours after everything you've been through, after everything you've carried, after everything you've survived. And I say to you, yes, my child, it is possible, because I myself am doing it within you, and I do not begin what I do not intend to complete, I do not call what I do not equip, I do not awaken what I do not plan to elevate. And the reason your old patterns feel uncomfortable now, the reason your old cycles feel unbearable, the reason you cannot go back to who you once were, is because I have awakened something new inside of you. And once destiny begins to rise, nothing familiar can hold you the same way, nothing broken can satisfy you, nothing shallow can anchor you, nothing toxic can bind you, for I have placed a holy dissatisfaction within you, not to frustrate you but to free you, to push you out of what no longer aligns with your spirit, to pull you into a higher identity, and to prepare you for what I am releasing, because before I bring elevation, I bring separation, before I release blessing, I remove burdens, before I open new doors, I close the ones that drain your soul. And so every ending you have experienced, every separation that confused you, every silence that felt painful, every slowdown that felt unnatural has been me clearing the path, not taking from you but making room for what is coming, for I am not a God of loss, I am a God of replacement, restoration, and divine compensation. And what I return to you will not look like what was taken from you. It will be greater, purer, stronger, healthier, and aligned with your calling, because I am building a future for you that cannot be shaken by what once broke you. And even now I am strengthening your inner foundation, the foundation of your faith, your identity, your resilience, your spiritual discernment, your emotional maturity, for these are the pillars needed to carry the destiny I have prepared for you. And I know you have felt weak at times, overwhelmed at times, uncertain at times, but strength is not the absence of struggle. Strength is the presence of my hand sustaining you through it. And oh, how I have sustained you, my beloved, through storms that could have crushed you, through battles that should have destroyed you, through nights where despair tried to swallow you whole, through moments where you nearly gave up on yourself. Yet here you are, still standing, still listening, still seeking me, still hoping for something meaningful, still reaching for the light even when surrounded by darkness. And this resilience you carry is not accidental. It is evidence of who you are, evidence of the purpose I placed within you, evidence that the enemy could not win, evidence that every attack failed, evidence that you are chosen. And because you are chosen, the warfare around you has been intense, but the warfare was not sent to break you. It was allowed to awaken you, to teach you to fight spiritually, to teach you to discern voices, to teach you to stand in authority, to teach you that you are not powerless but powerful, not forgotten but favored, not rejected but set apart, not abandoned but deeply held by me. And now the warfare is lifting, the storm is weakening, the heaviness is beginning to break, because your season is shifting, your chapter is turning, and your breakthrough is aligning itself with divine timing. For I am not late, my child, I am precise, and though you have questioned my timing, though you have wondered why certain prayers seemed unanswered, though you have felt suspended between hope and heartbreak, I tell you now that every delay was strategic, every pause was purposeful, every moment of waiting was woven into a larger tapestry you could not yet see, and if I had answered when you first cried out, you would have received less than what I intended, you would have settled for what was familiar, you would have accepted what was beneath your calling, but I love you too deeply to give you what would shrink your destiny, so I withheld certain things not to hurt you but to elevate you, for my timing is not designed to frustrate you but to protect the magnitude of what I am releasing, and you will soon look back on this season and understand that my not yet was my mercy, my protection, my wisdom shaping your path, and the very places where you felt denied will become the places where you are celebrated, the very rooms where you were overlooked will become the rooms where you shine, the very situations that wounded you will become testimonies of healing and restoration, because I redeem everything surrendered to me, I rebuild everything placed in my hands, I revive everything the enemy thought he had destroyed, and I am reviving you, beloved, in ways you cannot see yet, ways that are subtle but sure, ways that are internal before they become external, ways that strengthen your spirit before they shift your circumstances, for breakthrough begins within, in the unseen chambers of the heart where fear is dethroned, where lies are exposed, where old wounds are dissolved, where hope begins to bloom again, and I am doing that work in you now, gently but powerfully, quietly but thoroughly, for I am the God who heals not only what happened to you but what grew inside you because of it. The fear, the distrust, the self-doubt, the discouragement, the emotional heaviness, the belief that you are hard to love or too broken to be whole again, and I say to you, these are not your truths, these are wounds speaking, and I am silencing those wounded voices with my truth, which is this. You are loved, not in pieces, not in potential, not in theory, but fully, completely, unconditionally, eternally loved, and no mistake you have made, no failure you have faced, no situation you regret has the power to cancel that love, for I do not withdraw my affection when you stumble, I do not retract my presence when you struggle, I do not distance myself when you are weak, for my strength is made perfect in your weakness, and my power rests upon you not when you are flawless but when you are honest before me, and oh how honest you have been in your private moments. The tears, the prayers, the questions, the confessions of feeling tired, lost, or unsure. And every one of those moments has reached me like incense rising, and I have held you through them tenderly. For you are not a burden to me, you are my delight, and I cherish every step you take toward me, even the small ones, even the trembling ones, even the reluctant ones, because I know the war you have had to fight just to keep believing, and your faith, though imperfect, is beautiful to me because it is real, it is raw, it is costly, and I honor faith like that, I respond to faith like that, and that is why things are about to shift for you, not because you earned breakthrough but because you endured the process, you stayed when it was hard, you trusted me even when you didn't understand, and now the seeds you planted in tears are about to bloom in joy, for I am the God of seasons, the God of cycles, the God of appointed times, and your appointed time is approaching, your reaping season is coming, your long-awaited turnaround is unfolding, slowly at first and then suddenly, and when this suddenly arrives, you will understand why the waiting was necessary, why the pain was not wasted, why the silence was sacred, why the journey was shaping you into someone capable of carrying greatness. For greatness has always been in you, placed there by my own hands before you ever took your first breath, and though life has tried to convince you otherwise, though people have underestimated you, though circumstances have drained you, though fear has tried to shrink you, my purpose for you has never changed, my calling on your life has never weakened, and my plans for you have never been cancelled, and even now I am awakening the parts of you that have been asleep, the confidence you buried, the courage you forgot, the dreams you hid because disappointment taught you to expect little, the passion you silenced to survive seasons of stress, the voice you quieted because you felt your words didn't matter, and I am breathing life into them again, for the enemy may have tried to convince you that you were too late, too tired, too damaged, or too overlooked to ever rise, but I say to you, I am the God who restores time, the God who renews strength, the God who revives purpose, the God who resurrects destiny, and nothing about you is too damaged for me to use, nothing about your past is too messy for me to redeem, nothing about your story is too complicated for me to rewrite, for I am the author and finisher of your faith, the one who writes endings that shatter darkness, the one who turns ashes into beauty, the one who transforms pain into wisdom and wounds into weapons of spiritual authority, and I am giving you new authority in this season, authority that comes not from perfection but from surviving what tried to destroy you, authority that is birthed not from pride but from surrender, authority that forms not from comfort but from breakthrough forged in fire, and you, my beloved, have been through fire, fires of rejection, fires of waiting, fires of confusion, fires of spiritual warfare, And yet here you stand, not burned but refined, not broken but rebuilt, not defeated but deepened, for I have used every flame to purify what was weighing you down, to separate you from what could not go with you into the next season, to strengthen your spiritual muscles, to sharpen your discernment, and to cultivate a resilience in you that hell itself fears. And this new strength is not loud, not prideful, not boastful, but steady, grounded, quiet, deeply rooted in me. And because of this, the next battles you face will not overcome you the way past ones did, for you are no longer the same. You are stronger now, wiser now, more aware now, more spiritually aligned now, and your soul has begun to recognize what it deserves: peace, stability, clarity, truth, love, alignment with my will. And because of that, you will no longer tolerate what drains your spirit, you will no longer cling to what wounds your heart, you will no longer chase what isn't aligned with your destiny, you will no longer feel obligated to shrink yourself to keep the peace, for I am restoring your identity, reminding you who you are: chosen, called, anointed, protected, purposed. And when identity rises, confusion falls. When identity rises, fear loses power. When identity rises, cycles break. When identity rises, destiny activates, and I am activating destiny in you now, gently unfolding the path ahead, illuminating what was once hidden, clarifying what once felt chaotic. And I know you wish you could see the entire journey, but if I showed you everything at once, it would overwhelm you. So I reveal things in layers, in steps, in moments, and each moment is leading you toward a future more beautiful than anything you lost, more meaningful than anything you imagined, more aligned than anything you settled for. And though the path ahead will require faith, it will not be heavy the way past seasons were, for I am lifting burdens from your shoulders, breaking chains from your spirit, releasing peace into your mind, and surrounding you with my presence in ways you will begin to feel more tangibly, more consistently, more powerfully. And soon you will say, I feel different, even though nothing around me has changed yet, because transformation starts inside before it manifests outside, and the inner shift is already happening, the spiritual renewal is already unfolding, the healing process is already flowing, and the fog that has clouded your vision is beginning to lift, slowly but undeniably. And with each passing day you will see more clearly, hear me more clearly, trust more confidently, breathe more deeply, and live more intentionally, because this is not just a new season, my child, this is a new chapter, a new identity, a new strength, a new beginning rising from the ashes of everything that was meant to end you. For you were never meant to stay buried in what hurt you, never meant to remain trapped in cycles that drained you, never meant to be defined by moments of weakness, and never meant to believe the lie that your story would end in sorrow. For I am the God who turns the page, the God who breathes life into what you thought was finished, the God who speaks light into darkness and causes shadows to bow at my command. And I am commanding the shadows around you to break now. For too long you have carried the weight of battles that were never yours to fight alone. Too long you have wrestled with thoughts that did not come from me. Too long you have believed narratives shaped by wounds instead of truth shaped by my love. And now I am rewriting those narratives in your heart, replacing fear with faith, anxiety with assurance, confusion with clarity, and sorrow with joy, because you are entering a season where joy will return to you, not the shallow joy that fades under pressure, but the deep, steady, anchored joy that flows from knowing who you are and who you belong to. And yes, my child, you belong to me, and because you belong to me, nothing formed against you can prosper, nothing spoken against you can prevail, nothing taken from you can remain lost, nothing delayed can remain withheld, for I am restoring all things in their appointed time, and that time is approaching faster than you think, for you are nearing the part of your journey where things begin to make sense, where purpose becomes visible, where wounds become wisdom, where battles become testimonies, and where pain becomes power. And though you may not feel powerful right now, I assure you that power is rising within you, not the world's version of power, not the power of ego or control, but the power of alignment, the power of surrender, the power of inner peace, the power of spiritual authority, the power of walking in who you truly are. And this power will not only change your life but affect the lives of those connected to your destiny, for your breakthrough is not just for you but for generations. Your healing is not just for you but for those who will learn from your journey. Your elevation is not just for you but for the ones I will lift through your obedience. And that is why the enemy fought you so hard, because he saw the ripple effect of your destiny, the lives that would change because of your transformation, the chains that would break because of your testimony, the light that would shine because of your surrender. And so he used fear to silence you, distraction to delay you, and pain to discourage you, but none of it worked. And it did not work because my hand has been on you the entire time, shielding you in moments you didn't recognize, redirecting you when you felt rejected, guiding you when you thought you were lost, and strengthening you when you felt empty. And now, as you move into this next chapter, I am aligning your steps with precision, orchestrating connections you could not create on your own, opening doors no one can close and closing doors that were draining your spirit, and though closed doors may feel painful, I want you to trust that they are necessary for what is coming, for I will not allow anything that threatens your peace, your purpose, or your growth to remain in your life, and soon you will thank me for every door I shut, every path I blocked, every opportunity one withheld, because you will see the beauty of what I preserved. And when the new comes, it will not come with confusion but with confirmation, not with chaos but with peace, not with fear but with a deep knowing in your spirit that this right here, is what I prepared you for, this is what I refined you for, this is what I strengthened you for, and you will step into it not timidly but boldly, carrying the wisdom of your past, the faith of your journey, and the fire of everything I have awakened within you, and the fire will not fade, for it is not an emotional spark but a divine ignition, a rekindling of passion, a restoration of purpose, a flame that will lead you through darkness and guide you toward destiny, and as this flame grows, you will find that the things that once intimidated you no longer carry power, for fear cannot coexist with clarity, and I am filling you with clarity, clarity about who you are, clarity about where you are going, clarity about what aligns with your spirit, clarity about what must be released, and clarity about what I am building in your life, and this clarity will be the compass that guides your next steps, the peace that anchors your decisions, the strength that carries you into new territory. For new territory is where I am leading you, not back into the familiar patterns that once trapped you, not into the cycles that drained your strength, not into the empty spaces where you had to beg for love, acceptance, or clarity, but into the wide and open expanse of purpose where you will walk with confidence, where you will breathe freely, where you will see the fruit of every tear you sowed, every prayer you whispered, every moment you held on when giving up seemed easier, for nothing you endured was wasted, nothing you survived was meaningless, nothing you fought through was unseen, for I was there in every moment, capturing every tear, strengthening every weary breath, and now I am turning every struggle into stepping stones toward the life I destined for you, and though this path may feel new, unfamiliar, or even intimidating at moments, you will not walk it alone, for I am walking beside you, going before you, covering you, surrounding you, and preparing everything ahead of you, and as you move forward you will notice something shifting, opportunities aligning, blessings unfolding, answers arriving, doors opening effortlessly, not because you hustled for them, not because you begged for them, but because your spirit is finally aligned with me, and alignment unlocks what striving never could, and this alignment will also bring a new sense of discernment within you, a clarity that helps you distinguish my voice from the noise around you, a sensitivity that recognizes what drains your peace and what nourishes your soul, a holy awareness that guides you toward what is right for you and away from what is not. And this discernment is a gift I am sharpening, because where you are going requires wisdom, requires sensitivity, requires understanding, and requires a heart that listens more to me than to fear, pressure, or opinion, and I am proud of how your heart has grown, proud of how teachable you have become, proud of how you have surrendered the need to control everything and instead allowed me to guide you step by step, and because of this surrender, you will notice worry loosening its grip, stress losing its voice, and anxiety losing its authority, for peace is taking its place, a peace not built on circumstances but rooted in me, and this peace will guard your mind, protect your heart, and help you navigate the transitions ahead, for yes, transitions are coming. Transitions in relationships, transitions in opportunities, transitions in identity, transitions in purpose. And these transitions will not be chaotic but sacred, orchestrated with grace, unfolding with clarity, and covered in my favor. And though some transitions may feel uncomfortable at first, trust that they are positioning you for greater alignment, greater joy, and greater stability, for I am not leading you into confusion but into clarity, not into loss but into fullness, not into uncertainty but into divine establishment. And as you continue to walk this path, you will begin to recognize my fingerprints on every detail, the gentle confirmations, the unexpected encouragements, the timely provisions, the quiet whispers to your spirit that say, "Keep going, I am with you, for I am indeed with you, closer than your breath, deeper than your fear, stronger than your battles, and I am not letting you go, not now, not ever, for you are mine, and because you are mine, no force of darkness can steal what I have promised, no delay can cancel what I have ordained, no opposition can override what I have decreed, for my word over your life is final, immovable, and eternal, and you will soon see the manifestation of promises that felt distant, the fulfillment of prayers you forgot you prayed, the restoration of things you thought were gone forever, and the arrival of blessings that will remind you that I am faithful, that I am precise, that I am intentional, that I am deeply involved in your journey, and as these blessings unfold, a new boldness will rise within you, a new confidence, a new joy, a new strength, and the heaviness that once clung to you will shatter, for you will step into this season clothed not in fear but in purpose, not in doubt but in faith, not in insecurity but in identity, and this identity, this holy, grounded, unshakable identity, is what will carry you into the fulfillment of everything I have spoken over you. My child, as I continue to pour these words into the depths of your spirit, let them settle like gentle rain upon the dry soil of your soul, for I am not merely speaking to comfort you but to awaken something eternal within you, something sacred that has been overshadowed by the pressures of life. And I tell you now that even the moments you thought were wasted are being gathered, redeemed, and woven into the tapestry of your destiny, because nothing in your life has been random, not a single tear, not a single delay, not a single disappointment. And although you have questioned me in private places where no one sees the trembling of your heart, I have been listening, not with judgment but with compassion, and I say to you that I have never been distant, even in the hours when you felt completely alone, for my nearness does not depend on your emotions, and my love is not measured by how strongly you feel it but by how faithfully I hold you when you cannot hold yourself, and I am holding you even now, stabilizing what has been shaking, repairing what has been breaking, and realigning what has been drifting, because the storm you endured was never meant to destroy you but to detach you from what could not stay with you in the next season. And I know it hurt, I know you did not understand, I know you prayed for certain things to remain but I allowed them to fall away because I saw what you could not see, and I protected you from paths that would have diminished your purpose, and though it felt like loss, it was actually divine preservation. And now I am calling you to rise with a heart no longer bound by yesterday, for I am breathing new breath into the ashes of your former season, and I am stirring the embers of purpose that have long been hidden, and you will feel in the coming days an unexplainable pull toward clarity, as if your spirit suddenly awakens from sleep, because the fog that once blinded you has begun to lift, not by your strength but by my hand, and I am whispering direction into the quiet spaces of your mind, guiding you away from confusion and toward revelation, for I am opening doors that were locked, exposing truths that were concealed, and unveiling opportunities that have been waiting for the fullness of my timing. And I remind you again that my timing is not a punishment but a protection, for had you received too soon what I prepared for you, it would have crushed you instead of elevating you, but now you are stronger, wiser, more surrendered, and more spiritually sensitive, and this is why the next chapter will not look like the last, for you are not who you once were, and the battles that once intimidated you will now bow beneath the authority I have placed in you, because the season you are entering requires a version of you that has walked through fire and come out refined, and beloved, you have been refined, even if you have not yet recognized the transformation, and soon you will see that all the heaviness you endured was actually shaping the endurance you need for your destiny, for I am calling you into deeper waters, not to drown you but to expand you, and the depth you feared will become the place where you find your greatest strength in me, and I will show you that you were never meant to survive on shallow faith, for I desire to take you into the depths of intimacy, trust, and revelation where the noise of the world cannot reach you and the voice of fear loses its power, and I say to you that the enemies who rose against you in this last season will not rise again, for their assignment has expired, their access revoked, their influence shattered, because I have placed a divine barrier around your spirit, and what once tormented you will trouble you no more, for your spirit is awakening, your discernment sharpening, your courage returning, and your peace being restored, and I will make you look back and say, "It was good that I was afflicted, for it was there that God rebuilt me," and you will no longer resent the pain because you will see the purpose within it, and you will no longer fear the future because you will feel my presence leading you into it. And I remind you, my child, that no weapon formed against you has prevailed, and even those that were forged with intensity have shattered at my command, and I declare that you are stepping into a season of noticeable breakthrough, not slow, not hidden, but visible, undeniable, and divinely orchestrated, and what I am releasing into your life will silence every lie that told you I had forgotten you, for I have never forgotten, never withdrawn, never changed my mind about you, and now is the time that what I spoke over you long ago begins to surface, unfold, and manifest before your eyes. My child, as these final words settle upon your spirit, receive them not as distant promises but as living truth woven directly into the fabric of your destiny, for I am sealing this message upon your heart so that no voice, no fear, and no circumstance can uproot what I have planted within you, and I tell you now that you are entering a chapter where you will finally understand why the battles were so intense, why the waiting was so long, why the pruning was so painful, for the weight of the calling upon your life required a depth of resilience that could only be forged through seasons that stretched you beyond your limits, and though you questioned your own strength, I never questioned mine within you, and I say to you that everything that felt delayed was actually being aligned, every closed door was redirecting you toward divine precision, And every moment of silence was preparing your spirit to hear me with clarity you did not have before, and now the veil that once covered. Your understanding is lifting and you will walk into days marked by revelation, favor, and supernatural acceleration, for I am releasing into your life what the enemy tried desperately to keep from you, and I declare that nothing, no scheme, no distraction, no spiritual attack, has succeeded in derailing the plan I set in motion for you long before you took your first breath, and you will soon see breakthroughs that unfold so naturally, so effortlessly, that you will realize they were never dependent on your striving but on my sovereignty. And beloved, I want you to know that I have seen every silent cry, every moment you held yourself together when your heart was breaking, every time you felt unseen or unheard, and I have gathered those tears as seeds, and now the harvest of those seeds will begin to bloom in ways that exceed your expectations. For you are stepping into a season where what once felt heavy will feel light, what once felt impossible will become attainable, and what once felt distant will draw near, because you have survived the nights meant to destroy you, and now you will thrive in the days I have prepared for you. And I say to you that your identity is shifting, your spirit rising, your authority strengthening, and the old weights that clung to you are falling away because they cannot follow where I am taking you next, for you are stepping out of the chapter of survival and into the chapter of overflow, no longer walking wounded but walking restored, renewed, rebuilt, and redefined by my love, and the places in you that were once fractured are being filled with peace that does not break, and the wounds that once dictated your decisions are being healed by my hand, for I am touching the deepest places within you and turning pain into wisdom, fear into boldness, hesitation into faith, and confusion into clarity, and I remind you that you are chosen, appointed, anointed, and set apart for a purpose far greater than your understanding, and I will guide you with gentleness, strengthen you with grace, and surround you with protection so complete that even the shadows that once haunted you will fade away in the presence of my light. And I tell you that the story of your life is not over, it is only beginning anew, and you will walk into the coming days with a renewed spirit, a restored hope, and a revived heart, for the weight of yesterday has lifted and the dawn of breakthrough has risen over you, and I will go ahead of you, stand beside you, walk behind you, and remain within you, ensuring that you lack nothing required for the journey ahead. And you will look back on this moment as the turning point, the shift, the divine awakening that changed everything, and as this message comes to its close, let my voice echo within you as a steady reminder that you are never alone, never forsaken, never forgotten, and never without purpose, for my hand is upon you, my favor surrounds you, and my promise rests within you. And now, beloved child, go forward with peace in your spirit and courage in your steps, for the light within you has been awakened and it will lead you into everything I have destined for you. Now go forth, for the light within you has been awakened.